Okay, so first question, number one. You know, the way we use the word argument in everyday speech often means a disagreement. You know, like people yelling at each other with raised voices, or they're getting into a fight with words or something like that. But the way we use the word argument in an academic setting has something. It's something else entirely. First of all, it doesn't necessarily have to be a disagreement. I like to think of it as well-organized claims, propositions, research, analysis, summary, all of this stuff. All of it well-organized, one. Two, all of it assuming a knowledgeable audience. So you assume that your reader already knows what you're talking about. All right, and three, it's written in a more or less formal tone. So those are the three things: well-organized, research, claims, propositions, analysis, etc. Two, and this is to me really key, assuming your reader or audience already knows or is familiar with your topic. And then three, a formal tone. It's kind of like wearing a suit and tie in front of your reader, but you're wearing the suit and tie with your words rather than your gym clothes or something like that. Okay, so now the thing is, it's usually written, it sometimes agrees, disagrees, stays neutral, or a bit of all three. So that's why it can be confusing, the way we use the word argument in everyday conversation and the way we use academic argument. Okay, now because an academic argument assumes a well-informed audience that already knows about your topic, that has a huge consequence in the way you write. It means you're going to heavily value analysis over summary. There's no reason to spend much time summarizing a Shakespeare play when you're writing an academic argument about it, because you're supposed to assume that your reader already is familiar with that Shakespeare play. Okay? And that reader is now turning to your paper for a deeper understanding of what he or she's already familiar with. So an academic argument is actually what I recommend you write for the SAT and most of your college papers. So you've probably already have written one before. If you've ever, organized a thesis statement, evidence from your personal experience and readings, and your analyses all into a coherent essay, and you wrote it in a more or less formal tone and assumed the reader was familiar with your topic, for instance, your teacher. Often you've written so far for your teachers and you've assumed that the teacher has read what you've read. Well, congratulations. You've already written an academic argument.